I don't know about you, gang. I've seen a lot of operating systems in my time, from really old ones, pre-DOS operating systems, VAX operating systems, Linux, Unix, and of course in Cisco, the Cisco iOS. I'm really familiar with it in a lot of its different variations with supporting routing, supporting switching, various different firewall configurations. But Cisco has made a change, and I want you to recognize that there's the Cisco iOS and Cisco iOS XE, and that XE is completely different. When we talk about the Cisco iOS XE, we're talking about a POSIX operating system. So they took all of those components and features that were used in the Cisco iOS and said instead of having the kernel and module drivers and all the management infrastructure and all this stuff be locally based upon Cisco's work, let's base that upon the POSIX infrastructure. And then the Cisco iOS that we really think about, are the way we access it, what it looks like, being able to manage it, all of that is being done through a service or daemon, D-A-E-M-O-N, daemon, that is running in the POSIX-based environment. So all the features look the same or are continue to grow and be enhanced using the standard Cisco model, but the underlying kernel and drivers are POSIX-based and based upon a much wider and more standardized body. And that gives us the ability to not only use the latest hardware, which is awesome, but additionally to be able to have our apps run side by side on the same OS as the iOS itself. And so that means we can run Wireshark and observe local behavior of the actual device that we're monitoring without having to mirror it across a switch or anything else to a Windows box or a Linux box. We can do it right there. We can run the wireless control module locally there as a separate app. We don't have to break it apart. So iOS XE is much more extensible and amenable to third-party introduction at a local level because of that underlying POSIX operating system that is supporting it. So just be aware of that when we see it, because it's going to be the core operating system for many of our wireless LAN controllers.